Hello, YouTube. All right, just thought I would share with you one of the closest experiences that I'm going to have as those romanticized versions of the van dweller, where they lay out at a park or at the beach or overlooking something beautiful with their doors open, the rear doors open, and they're laying in bed in their tight little G-string bikinis. I don't have a G-string bikini on right now. As a matter of fact, I'm laying out in my jeans. But I am just taking a nap after eating that pork butt barbecue chunks. Yeah, it was really good. So I'm just laying here with the door open. I'm not in stealth mode at all. It is the park over at O'Galley Library, right next to the library. And I'm just going to take a little nap, or just lay here and just chill on the cell phone, because I can pick up Wi-Fi all the way out here. Yeah, that's crazy. So I can get free Wi-Fi, which means I could actually watch Netflix. Not Netflix, but I could watch YouTube or whatever on my TV if I wanted to, and just be laying here like home. And with the doors and the windows open, I can have a nice cool breeze. Ah, this is the life. I think an RV just went by. Yeah, there goes an RV there. They specifically put a sign here on this particular park here that says no overnight parking. I don't know if you can see that on the end over there, but there is a sign right there, all the way back there, that says no overnight parking. They don't want people parking here because it's such a beautiful park. What's really nice about it is you got the shaded trees you can park under on this side or on the other side over there. You can see it's not too crowded. You also have the library here, so you have access to the library and internet. But there's also a bathroom right there. That little building right there, it's like a little bathroom, so you have access to that. And typically they have it open during the daytime, but at night they lock it up, which I don't know why they do that, but they do lock it up at night. I guess they do it because they don't want people staying here overnight. But yeah, I'm just going to take it easy today and recover and try to figure out what I'm going to do about the job situation. I have not heard back from Spherian, so I don't know what's going on. They had a change in ownership, so all the old staff are gone now. I've tried to make contact with the new people, and they don't return calls, they don't return emails, but then they call you the day before they need you to see if you are available to go. And then they cancel. They probably don't cancel, but the company cancels. Like, I was scheduled to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at Kennedy Space Center. They had me there for Tuesday and Wednesday, but then canceled Thursday and Friday. And I've tried to contact the Spherian representative to see, if there's any additional work or what's going on, because the shift board for working at Kennedy Space Center, as well as the Space Coast Stadium, is no longer valid. So I don't know if they lost those accounts or if they are just getting rid of those accounts because they may not be making enough money. When I say they, I mean Spherian. They got new owners, and they might be just concentrating on the higher paying jobs. The jobs that pay like, 50, 70, 150,000 a year for engineers and whatnot. And maybe getting rid of the labor type job, which is what I've been doing there. Basically unskilled labor. So, well, it says unskilled, but I would think there is some skill involved. I mean, my time over at Kennedy Space Center, I did so many different jobs. I worked the IMAX theater. Didn't really run the projectors or anything like that, but I did run the glasses. I had to wash those in the machine, reload them, get them ready. They wash those 3D glasses every single show. Yeah. So they have a machine that washes it, and when the machine's backed up, we wash them by hand using sterile, those wipes, those wet wipes. Had to do those for the IMAX 1 and 2 at the Kennedy Space Center. I also got a chance to make popcorn, kettle corn, popcorn, the theater popcorn. They have the machine that makes that. So I got to make popcorn, several batches of popcorn. Well, one batch, two batches. And also do some, what do they call that stuff? The pretzels, those giant pretzels with the salted and non-salted. I know how the machine works now, how it runs through there like an assembly line and works. And I got to do the Universe Theater, which was cool. That had 5 different shows. Got to learn a lot about NASA, mission control, the space station, the astronauts. I got to meet 3 different astronauts, including Shuttle Commander Brian Duffy. Yeah, so it was really neat. Got to get pictures with them as well as listen on their shows. And I don't know if people are aware, you can meet real astronauts, or retired astronauts at the Kennedy Space Center if you go to the Universe Theater when they have the astronaut encounter. A big tip is if you go into any of the shows at the Kennedy Space Center, you got to show up 10 to 15 minutes before the scheduled time, because right on the minute they lock the door and you can't get in. So if it says it starts at 11 o'clock, you need to be there by 10:50 to get in, because right at 11 o'clock you can't get in. They will shut the door and you cannot get in. The reason for that is they do a head count on the number of people, and some of the shows are live, and if you go in during a live show, you're going to interrupt everybody else's show, and the lights are all off in the theater. You can fall and get hurt and blah 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 blah. So basically show up 10 to 15 minutes before any given event. So I did that. I also worked at the Galaxy. I think it was the Galaxy. No, the Milky Way. The Milky Way ice cream parlor. Got to make a waffle sundae and space dots and rings of Saturn. Yeah, rings of Saturn. All sorts of different types of ice cream and stuff, and got to see how they do it. And actually did it and served people. So that was fun. I also worked at several different restaurants. One of them was the Rocket Garden, where I was a food runner. So I basically was kind of like a waiter. Took the orders. They had the little flags. I got to see how the line cook and the whole system works, how they do it, that the cooks work, how the people at the register do the drinks and prepare the food, basically prepare the trays to take out there. And I was the person that helped to run it. I would take the tray, they would tell me the number of the table, and then I would go take it to the table and pick up, whatever plates and stuff were there and bring it back and give it to the dishwasher. So it was cool, it was an experience I'd never done before. So I got to do a lot of cool stuff. I also got to work at another restaurant. It was, let's see, I did the Rocket Garden. I also did the Orbit. The Orbit Cafe is like the restaurant that stays. It's almost the latest. The latest one is the Red Rock, which is the Martian display, and that one serves only hot dogs. But Orbit Cafe is the full-blown restaurant that has like really nice meals that you can order. And for that one, I basically filled up all the paper towels, the spoons, the forks, the cups, and then also ran the trays. I would collect the trays that people put back, because they put the food on tray in plastic or in paper plates and things like that, bowls, and the trays are what they load them on, and then the customers take them to their table, and then they're supposed to bring them back to the trash and set it on top of the trash unit. Well, I make the rounds and I get all that, and I also clean outside, pick up all that stuff, bring it back in, get it ready for the dishwasher to do the dishes. I did that. I'm trying to think what else I did. Wiped down the tables. Just basically did a lot of different jobs. So it was interesting. And it was interesting for me to find out that kind of stuff is actually run by a contractor called Delaware North, and they do a lot of they run a lot of theme parks, casinos, and national parks. So those of you who are van dwellers looking for a job, I did give that tip on that one. You want to go to Delaware, I think it's DELAWARE North, NORTH.com. I had it in my other one, the video where I gave the big tip for finding the job. But you want to go to their website and look on there. On the right-hand corner, you can search for careers and then look for the state where you are to see if Delaware North has any jobs there. Now, most of the jobs are going to be stuff like what I did, which is like cleaning, ticketing, security. And apparently they don't pay that much. My understanding from talking to the employees that were working there is they actually got paid less than the temps. So, you know, you don't get paid as much as you do as a temp, but they do give you some perks in that I think you get like, I don't know if it's like 5 free passes or whatever accesses to the park that you're at per year. And I think they have some kind of trade program where you can go to another theme park like Busch Gardens. I don't know if Disney's included or not. But basically you can go to like the Science Center maybe, Orlando. I'm not sure if that one is part of it. The aquarium, the Tampa Bay Aquarium. You basically can go to other theme parks or other tourist attractions. And I think you get in for free. Not all the time, but you get like 3 or 5 of those each year, like tickets that they give you. So those would be one of the benefits, because that's a couple $100 each, you know. Just going into Kennedy Space Center was like $56, $57 per person, which is crazy, but that's how much it costs. But included in it is all the shows, as well as the regular bus tour that takes you out to a remote location called Saturn V, which is where they have the display for the moon, the lunar lander, and all sorts of cool stuff there. You can even touch a real live moon rock out there. So definitely worth checking out. If you guys are interested, maybe I'll do an episode telling you what I think would be the best route to make the most of your day at Kennedy Space Center. It really is larger than most people think. To really see everything, you're going to need about 2 days. But if you only have 1 day, you can get most of it. And if you follow a certain order and basically show up right before it opens at 9 a.m., so you want to show up by 8:30, 8:45, so that you can get in right at 9 a.m., and you'll stay there all the way till about 7 p.m., which is when they close. 6 p.m. is the normal time, but for spring break and certain special events, it's open till 7 p.m. But if you stay there from 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, you can do probably about 80% of it, maybe 75, 80% of it, if you map out your day and don't fall behind on your schedule. Anyhow, just wanted to share with you what's currently going on. I know some of you enjoy these van type videos. This is about as glamorous as I get. Maybe next time I'll put on a string bikini and lay here and film this nice view, and you guys can romanticize about being out here on the glamorous van life. So until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, God bless you all. Bye-bye now.